Hello guys, Unknown Gamer here, and today's video I'm going to be talking about Microsoft's E3 press conference. Honestly, I think this press conference wasn't really that good, to be honest with you. I think that this was kind of rushed out the door a bit, in my opinion. It seems that way because most of the games that we saw were just cinematic trailers that didn't really show any gameplay whatsoever, and I felt very disappointed by that, especially with the Halo Infinite at the very end. All it was is a cinematic trailer. It wasn't really that much special. I just wished I could see gameplay of the actual game, even just a little snippet of it. I don't care, just anything other than just a cinematic trailer. But it does generate a lot of hype for these games, and I do understand that from a company's perspective. But I do think Microsoft and all the companies involved with this press conference should have thought about what the fans want to see instead of just nice looking cinematics. That's not even the game. But here's one of my major highlights that I think is very cool for this press conference is the trailer for Cyberpunk. And Cyberpunk, honestly, I wasn't really bothered about Cyberpunk in the first place. I mean, I never really had a particular interest in CD Projekt Red games, but honestly, this trailer really does change my mind a lot here. And especially its unique looking art style and its like future depictions, and honestly it's a good looking game, let's say that the most. And at the end of the trailer they had the actor, or John Wick, they had that actor, I forgot his fucking name, but honestly it was a really cool reveal, and I couldn't even believe it myself. I thought it was some weird Fortnite brand deal or some shit like that, because he's pretty much, John Wick's everywhere at this point. But honestly, the crowd went wild. I'll show a clip, but honestly, it's really bloody breathtaking, I guess. I mean, seriously, John Wick is a legend. Let's just get that out of the way. CD Projekt Red is honestly a company that I respect the most. This is because they listen to their fan base, and hopefully Cyberpunk is going to be a phenomenal game. To be honest, it looks like it will be. I think we already seen a lot of gameplay. I think this was like a cinematic trailer that they shown off. Honestly, couldn't tell, to be honest with you. But honestly, I'm hoping this game is really good, and especially when they are listening to the fan base and bringing this game to Steam. And overall, they're a great company, and I think this game's gonna blow up and pretty much do well within sales wise. Next thing I really want to talk about is Project Scarlet. If you don't know what Project Scarlet is, it's basically the next Xbox One, or whatever they're gonna name the next Xbox, which honestly I still have no clue. I mean, it's Project Scarlet, maybe Xbox Scarlet, which doesn't really sound right. Xbox, please just reveal the name of your console, Xbox 2 or whatever, I don't care, but it does sound very ambitious. I mean, it's pretty much every generation. When you get a new console, they're gonna hype all this stuff up, and yeah, overall, the next Xbox, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I really think that them having the same Navi structure and the same tech in them, basically, I honestly feel very disappointed by this. I just don't get this whole console mindset about, oh, your console is better than mine, because they're the same architecture, they've got the same CPUs, and most likely the same graphics cards. You never know with these consoles. And I feel like you're just wasting your money on the same piece of plastic but a slightly raised price. And look, I mean, they always talk about this 8K quality like it's the next thing, but shall we focus on frame rate in this generation instead of just quality? We want good gameplay here. I mean, this is the thing that I always bothered about with consoles. It's going to be a pain in the ass if our game's going to be put on like 30 frames per second, but apparently during that trailer thing they're going to have frame rates as high as 120 frames per second. But the main problem is most TVs only go up to 60 Hz. If you guys do not know about frame rate and TV, certain monitors, TVs, whatever you play games on, have a certain refresh rate, and obviously if your frame rate is going higher than your refresh rate, then you're going to have a lot of screen tears and all that, and having that as a console standard is not a good thing. If you're going to have a console, you expect it to work, you expect it to look nice, and the fact is most TVs are only stuck at 60 Hz, so If they bring this console out and there's a game that's 120 frames per second, are they going to have an option where, you know, 30, 60, 80, whatever the refresh rate of their monitor is? They really need to take that into consideration. This whole thing about 8K, I mean, it's not going to be for games, there's no way. I mean, my PC can't even run 8K, I mean, it only can run like 4K, which is just, I mean, it's good within itself, but honestly, if you expect to play games at 8K, mate, that future is very far away, and even still now to this day, 4K is not even a standard yet at this point. I mean, people are getting 4K TVs, but honestly, a lot of people on the PC side usually play at 1080p or 1440p just for, you know, better performance, and I wish this console generation actually includes graphic settings and, you know, having your player decide on what they, you know, what their experience can be. Do they want high performance or higher quality graphics? I mean, I feel like that's the issue with consoles, because they're very limited on what they can do. Okay, let's move away from Xbox. How about xCloud? xCloud is, honestly, I don't know, I'm a bit on the edge of it, because, I mean, latency, and honestly, cloud gaming sounds great on paper, but when you actually try it out, there's a lot of latency, there's a lot of issues. Like, I don't know, cloud gaming for me, it's honestly hard to understand, really, and I feel like cloud gaming is just an entire waste of time. Like, look, I think it is going to be the future at some point, but in a very far future, because most of our homes don't even have internet connections, and honestly, you know, it's great to have the idea that you can play, I don't know, Forza on your phone, something like that, but honestly, I think that's a long way to go for gaming itself, because I just can't imagine someone playing a game with very low latency and a low internet connection. It just won't work. And even though it does say, oh, you only need 15 megabits per second to run this game, even that's not enough. You'll still notice a bit of latency here and there. And it will just be a pain if your internet goes out while in the middle of a game. There's many times that happened to me at many points. It's honestly, it's a bit of a mixed bag, really, with cloud gaming. I do think it's good for a fewer majority of people, but honestly, for people who have slow internet speeds and just are not with the times, it's going to be very hard to get their hands on it. This other subject that I want to talk about is Xbox Game Pass, and Xbox Game Pass has always been a really pro-consumer subscription for me, because it's basically Netflix for games, and you get to manually download them to your system, so you don't have to rely on an internet connection or being streamed like PlayStation Now. And the best thing about Xbox Game Pass is going to be on PC, which is really good news for me, honestly. Like, I want to play more games on this platform, and obviously I don't have a lot of money at the moment to buy games to fill up my library, and honestly Xbox Game Pass is just one of those things that will be very helpful for me in generally when I'm playing on PC, especially when I just moved only just a couple of months ago, which honestly, Microsoft, I have to thank you for this. Honestly, you've been acting pro-consumer lately. It's just been amazing, and this press conference, to be honest, wasn't the best in my opinion. It wasn't terrible, it wasn't rubbish. I mean, it was good, alright, it was alright. Other than that, there's lots more conferences to cover. Try and get through all of them. There's fucking loads of them. The PC conference is just going on right now, so I could be watching that, or could be I might be watching Ubisoft conference, so I might give my thoughts and opinions on that. So yeah, guys, this video's coming to an end, so another thing to say here is sorry for the upload schedule lately. It's just been a complete hell with exams and all that stuff. This is the final week, so hopefully once I'm out of school and home free, I can upload a bit more and try and get my time schedules up, so when to upload. And yeah, guys, honestly, thanks for the amazing support. I mean, 118, I think I lost a subscriber today, so 117. So guys, you know the drill, you know, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video, and I'll see you then.